colegul meu Valentin organizăm astăzi Firefox OS App Days, eveniment care este organizat în alte 20 de orașe din întreaga lume. Dacă nu ați văzut, o să vă invit pe pagina de reps.mozilla.org să vedeți și celelalte locații internaționale. O să-l invit pe Valentin să vă zică mai multe despre orarul zilei de azi și detalii despre Firefox OS.
Salutare și bine ați venit! Avem și câțiva invitați care nu sunt vorbitori de limba română, așa că prezentările de astăzi o să fie în engleză, așa că vă mulțumim pentru înțelegere. Okay, so welcome to Firefox OS App Days. Let's get down to the main event, which is Firefox OS. First, the schedule. We're going to have some presentation. David is going to talk about Firefox OS apps and the web APIs. Then Alex is going to tell us how to make an app in 10 minutes. Andrew is going to speak about the marketplace. Then Victor is going to tell us about the developer tools and how to use them with Firefox OS. After which, Lorraine is going to tell us how to test Firefox OS using Marionette. We're also going to have a break, then we're going to go off to lunch, which is going to be followed by some hacking on some apps, which we hope you're ready to do. After which, hopefully you're going to demo some great apps. Okay, so Firefox OS, what is it? It's an initiative to bring more openness to the web. It's basically an operating system for mobile devices. It's built for the web, which means it only runs HTML5, JavaScript, and CSS. This is a good thing because there's no more need for native apps versus HTML5 because everything is HTML5. The home screen is HTML5, every app is HTML5. And the best thing about this is that it runs on everything that has a web browser. Nowadays, everything has a web browser. TVs have web browsers, cars have web browsers, fridges have web browsers, and I don't know, we can go off to other devices like the Raspberry Pi. Basically, every mobile device has a browser which can run a web app. That's why you can build it once and it runs everywhere. Okay, so the web APIs. It brings you the functionality you need because when programming for mobile, you often need to use the dialer or have access to SMS functionality or the camera or so on. This is what web API brings to the table, and they're going to be available for multiple operating systems, including the desktop, Android, and so on. The best part about Firefox OS is that it's completely open development, which means there isn't, you don't need to wait while the company builds the next version so you can get it. You can always go see exactly the latest changes, and the best thing about it, you can make those changes yourself. If you don't like something about the operating system, you can suggest that we would improve them, or you can do it yourself. Okay, the devices. Earlier this week, Mozilla announced the first devices that are going to come out with Firefox OS. They're being brought to you by Geeks Phone, and they're going to be sold in February, but only to developers and app developers, so they can get a heads up, build their apps, and I don't know, maybe make a profit or something. We also have some prototype devices here. They're the ones that are being used in development at the moment, and you can, I don't know, ask Andrew at any moment about them, and we'll give you a demo. Okay, the marketplace. The marketplace is basically an app store where you can go and buy HTML5 apps. and you can also submit your apps to them after today. They're going to be available on multiple platforms. You can go on them right now on your laptops and install a web app, and it runs just like a native app itself, and it's completely contained, and well, it's awesome. Okay, so we're going to get down to the hacking. It's the web. So if you don't have, it's really easy to do. You can learn it. Basically, a 5-year-old could learn how to make a web have better specs and might I don't know, have a better CPU or something. But for now, we find that low-end phones on which Android wouldn't work really well are very appropriate for Firefox OS, because it's basically just the browser and the web apps on top of it.
Yes, but on Android the browser is the lousiest part, so it works, it's the part that consumes most of the battery, memory, and processing time.
Yeah, but
that's why I'm asking, because native apps are faster and lower consumption, lower power consumption. This is why I ask how you compare Firefox OS to these systems on low-end phones. What is the type of optimization that you do? Some JavaScript compiling, or I'm just asking?
Well, I don't know. Alex, do you have any?
Yeah, so basically on your Android phone, you have the kernel and the virtual machines that runs the browser and renders everything through the virtual machine. And with Firefox OS, you basically cut the virtual machine and you run on top of the Linux kernel. And it's, I think that there was a study about it, and it's 10 times faster than the average Android browser, because it's not held back by every other process that runs around the virtual machine. It's just the browser, and that's it. You're not running 10 other processes in the background. So if you're just, because apps are basically iframes stacked on top of each other. So if you just run a browser, not a browser and another 10 apps, it's faster. It's common sense.
So you have no separation between apps, no process separation between apps?
Yeah.
Everything on phone is one single process.
No,
there is a crash.
There is process separation between apps, so each app runs in its separate process.
So you do have 10 processes in the background.
Yeah, but they're the same, it's just Firefox. So,
but it's still a process.
Yeah, but they're lightweight processes, not threads, but lightweight. Okay.
Any other questions?
Are you up or
Yeah, we have questions about apps, installing web APIs.
Does the JavaScript use the V8 engine?
sorry?
Does the JavaScript use the V8 engine?
No, that would be SpiderMonkey, the engine that is used in Firefox. Basically, Firefox OS is just Firefox on top of Linux. So I mean that's Gecko and SpiderMonkey on top of Linux, and you just build the app on top of that.
Is there any either future or current possibility of using some shared libraries?
Like
Just say I have something that cannot be currently done with, to my knowledge, with web APIs, stuff that involves networking with stuff. Is there any possibility that I may make a shared library and somehow put it in my web app?
so, if the capability is not available to the application, you cannot add it.